Brenda J. Lilly here from Creative Consultations. I just wanted to put out a small disclaimer before we launch into today's video that says I'm not a licensed therapist. I'm just here to engage, to encourage, and hopefully empower other artists to go out and live their art dream. So here we go. Enjoy the video. Well, good Monday morning, everybody. Brenda J. Lilly here with Creative Consultations. It is Monday morning, July 15th. Can you believe half of the month of July is already over? It is a beautiful day out there today here in the Netherlands, and so I cannot wait to get this day started. So without further ado, we're about to head into the video. If you like it, please like it, give it a thumbs up, share it, subscribe to my channel, do all of the things. And I will see you on the flip side. Well, good Monday morning. Here I am with my big blue cup of coffee. I'm ready to rock and roll and get this week started. So, today, my fine feathered friends, I wanted to talk about breathing. Now, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I have a catchphrase: breathe in Jesus, breathe out peace. And I've been using that catchphrase since long before I became a Christian. Believe it or not, you can ask a lot of my artsy fartsy friends. It's been around for a long, long time with Brenda J. Lilly. And if I were to get a tattoo right now, which I'm not, but if I were, I would probably say, breathe in Jesus on this arm, breathe out peace on this arm. Because really it is something that has changed my life. It has changed my art. It has adjusted my world for the better. Breath isn't just life. Breath slows you down. It slows your brain down. It helps you to logically think through problems. It helps you to respond rather than react. And that's so important in today's culture and society. No matter what country you're in, we need to breathe before we move. We need to make sure that when we move, we're going where we should go, doing what we should do, saying what we need to say, and only that. So, breathing is imperative to our art, I think, because when all of those thoughts of not enough, not good enough, the litany of judgment that we as artists seem to foist upon ourselves, breath sort of pushes that all aside and allows us to focus down on what it is we're doing, right? So that's important. Breath is really important. But what happens when you're an artist and you are self-employed, or your project to project as far as your career? You know, if this is how you make your money, if this is how you keep yourself in sneakers, or if this is how you want to make your money and keep yourself in sneakers, how do you do it without panicking? Without panic at the disco every time your project is almost done, every time your contract is almost up. I have lived this life a very, 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 very long time. And I can tell you, I mean, when I first started, I just took every single opportunity, every single door that opened, I walked through. Or if they didn't open, I kicked it down. I don't recommend. I've already talked about that. Um, I don't recommend kicking doors down. Now I'm more of the breathe and approach the door kind of girl. See if it opens. And if it does, fantastic. Let's see what's behind the door. But as a project to project artist, as a self-employed person, there is this sort of tension that we live in of feast or famine, right? And so especially when you're first starting, your tendency is to just grab whatever you can and and to stay focused, right? It's like, this is the path I'm on. I've got to focus. And what I have learned over the years, focus is great. Focus helps us focus on what we're supposed to be focusing on. Focus helps us, which doesn't really make any sense. I'm using a word to define a word, but okay. Um, Focus helps us to stay planted and to keep on until the project is finished, right? To stay on target, to not be pulled sideways, left or right, to just focus on what it is so that we finish what we started. And that's important. Focus is great for that. Hyper focus in your career can be deadly. If you so hyper focus on that one thing that you're doing so that you're not paying attention, the end of that project can come and you're not prepared with another project to come in, or you haven't allowed another opportunity to make itself known to you. Now, when I was working in LA, I did that a few times because I was working so many hours in a day that I didn't care that I didn't have another project bumpered up. I needed a break. I stopped doing that after a while because I started moderating how I worked. And I also moved out of LA and started working in theater, and things changed, right? So my friends started calling me Miss Get a Gig because I would have a gig and then a month before that gig was over, I'd have my next gig. And that lasted for a long time. And I just went from opportunity to opportunity, project to project, show to show. It was great. What does this have to do with breathing? Well, I'm in a different phase of my life now, and I'm in a different career path and opportunity. I'm obviously still an artist, obviously still making money as an artist, and but I am self-employed, and so you have to start thinking about projects, and you have to start thinking about opportunities in a different way. And again, even at this gentle age that I am, there is a moment of tension where you go, should I be doing this or should I not be doing this? What's coming next? Where am I going next? What is the next opportunity? And if something comes to you as an opportunity and it seems so far afield from what it is you're doing, and that's the other point of focus, right? You're focused on what you know, you're focused on what you do, you're focused on how you do it. That when an opportunity comes to you that says, yeah, but what about this? And it seems so out of left field that you don't breathe and you just reject outright. I want to take a moment to encourage you not to do that. I want to encourage us to take a breath, not laugh at something that seems improbable or most likely not for us. I'll tell you, I live in the Netherlands right now. When I got here in 2011, I couldn't believe it. I pretty much still live in that state of being because nothing at the beginning of my life, at the beginning of my career, would have dictated or told me that this is where I would be now. And that's the interesting thing about taking a breath and considering other opportunities that come to you that might seem way out of left field and a non starter. I was in the middle of my stage management career. I was going great guns. And all of a sudden, I was offered this opportunity to change, to shift my focus on how I did what I do. And it was going to take some time and it was going to take some rejiggering in my brain, but to come back and sort of refocus, retrain, restart, if you will. And I prayed about it because I am a Christian. I do breathe in Jesus and I do breathe out peace. Now you can breathe in whatever you want to breathe in as long as you breathe out peace on the other end. So it's breathe in love, breathe out peace, whatever floats your boat, folks. But Jesus floats mine. So I prayed about it and I decided almost overnight. I didn't leap right away, but I decided almost overnight, well, okay, I'm going to do this. And when I chose the path less traveled, everything in my life shifted. And some of it has been hard and some of it has been painful and but I can tell you it's all led me here. It's all led me to this place right here right now. And had I not made that shift, I wouldn't be here right now. And I'm so thankful that I am here right now talking to you. Nothing is ever wasted. I have used almost every single experience in my professional and my educational life on this journey. And so I want to tell you to take a breath. When an opportunity comes and it seems like it's coming from out of left field, out of nowhere, and it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, it doesn't mean it's not for you. Take a breath and then consider all of the opportunity. Do some research. Don't just reject it outright. Before you reject it, do some research. I also want to encourage us not to just leap without looking. I mean, I did that a lot in my youth, and I'm grateful to say that most of the opportunities, most, not all, worked out well. But not all. I could have taken a moment, taken a breath, and considered some of the projects I did and not done them and would have been probably a lot happier. So focus is good. Hyper focus is not, because we miss opportunities when we hyper focus. Breathing is imperative to all of it. Consideration of every opportunity, taking that breath so that your brain can logically think you through, well, if I do this, what will that mean? How will this adjust my life? Am I willing to do that, to go there, to make these changes? Will that be good for me? If you have a family, will that be good for me and my family? Will it support us and keep us the way we want to be supported and kept? Is it worth it? And then I want to say, trust the journey, which sounds really hippie tree huggery, but it's so true. I'm always shocked and a little bit in awe that more artists aren't believers, because it takes great faith to be an artist, to believe that your work is good and should be seen, heard, listened to. It takes a lot of faith to overcome all the judgmental stuff we throw at ourselves and believe. And so I'm always a little shocked that more artists aren't fellow believers as I am. The Lord has made my journey a little bit easier. But having faith in your process, having faith in your journey, and trusting that when you put one foot in front of the other, when you take a breath and you consider all of the offers, all of the opportunities, and you really consider it and you look down the road a piece and say, well, this one will probably head me this way and this one will probably head me that way. Which direction am I supposed to choose? Which direction should I want to go right now? Do I need to go right now? Take a breath, consider, and trust the journey. It will all come out in the wash. It will all help you to grow as an artist. And you know what? one last piece of encouragement. If you find that you've taken an opportunity and it isn't what you thought it was going to be, and it's not helping you, and it's indeed hurting you, nobody's holding your feet to the fire. Stop, turn around, and make a change. Change is possible. You have the power to change your life no matter what you're in the midst of. And so when you take an opportunity and it turns to dust, it's okay. Another one will come along. Trust the journey. Breathe in Jesus, breathe out peace. Consider every opportunity. Use logical thought. Focus, not hyper focus, and trust the journey. All right. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I know I did. All right. I will see you again next Monday for our next Monday morning Kickstart. Until then, have a great week, everybody. Hey, thank you so much for watching our video. I hope you liked it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, subscribe. What are you waiting for? All right. I hope you all have a wonderful week. Bye.